Hello, everybody. So here we are again with yet another training. Today we're going to be reviewing a Florida estate plan. What you see here on my screen is a sample document that I got from eforms.com. So if you are looking to get a sample copy of um, estate planning documents for your estate, you can go on eforms.com and download and print out blank ones. Now, they do charge you if you call yourself wanting to fill out the forms and download them, but to download a blank copy like what I have is totally free. So let's get started. First thing you want to know about estate plans is that there are going to be witnesses required and that you, the notary, are going to be notarizing the principal signer signatures and the witnesses. So, if you are located in a state where the notary can normally serve as one of the witnesses, with estate planning documents, you cannot do that. So, if a customer or customers contact you to notarize estate planning documents, you automatically know that you may not be a witness to these types of documents. So, let's go ahead and begin. So, here is just a checklist. This is for them, not for you. Okay. Your only concern is making sure that the documents are completed entirely. And there should only be blanks where blanks are necessary. For example, if they have some documents where the attorney needed to fill it in, or if it says office use only, then of course, you know that those fields are not going to be filled in. But for the most part, everything needs to be filled in before you sign and seal these documents. These documents cannot be altered or modified after you have notarized them. And you want to make sure that you inform the signers of that. So here we have a healthcare surrogate designation form. Okay. Like I said, quite naturally, this will be filled in. So we're just going to move down. Okay. Next, we have the living will. Now, let's just backtrack. If the signers have not filled this information in, you want to allow them time to do so. Okay, make sure that they read and they understand everything included in this document. We are not allowed to be paid for legal advice, nor are we allowed to give legal advice for any reason. That would be the unlicensed practice of law, and we don't want to do that. All right, so if they have any questions about anything that is not here that we can explain to them, then they need to contact a legal representative or an attorney. Okay, so they're going to fill this information out, they're going to sign and date, and we're going to move on. Next, we have the living will. You want to make sure that you are reading this so that they know whether or not they're putting check marks in these boxes or their initials. Okay, so for the living will, let's see, it says declaration made this, you're going to put not address, you're going to put the date. I is going to be the person who is the owner of the living will. Willfully and voluntarily make known my desire that my dying not be artificially prolonged under the circumstances set forth below, and I do hereby declare that if at any time I am incapacitated and so it looks like they may be doing X's. Personally, what I like to do is have them do initials. Okay, if the space is big enough for initial, do initials. The reason being is because X's and check marks can be so easily replaced. Initials cannot. Okay, so they fill this out, they sign, and look, we have 2 witness spaces here. So their witnesses need to fill that information out. That was the living will. Next, we're on to the state of Florida do not resuscitate order. Okay, they're going to fill this information out. They're going to sign, print. The physician is going to fill out the information as well. And as you can see, this document does not need to be notarized. All right. You do want to make sure that if the signers are asking you to notarize documents that do not need to be notarized, we want to ensure that us notarizing them will not deem them invalid. And that is something that you're not going to know. You're going to have them ask the person who drafted the document. Unfortunately, just like I did, I went ahead and downloaded a free form from eforms.com. You may get a lot of people that come to you with those documents and they don't know. So if they have any questions or they are uncertain, they're going to have to seek legal advice. If they don't feel like doing it and they want to move forward, you are not in a position to tell them to do otherwise. Next, we're going to go to the official Florida Oregon donor registration form. They're going to fill this out, and one of their witnesses is going to sign as well. Now I'm going to stop here. You want to make sure that the witnesses have no beneficial interest in the transaction, and the witnesses need to be 18 years of age or older. A witness should not be, okay, and this varies from state to state. In Florida, the witnesses cannot be a spouse, child, or parent. Okay? Anyone else? Yes. But those specific people? No. Now let's move forward. Advanced Directive Wallet Card. Okay? They can fill that out. We're not notarizing that. Next, we have the Florida Durable Power of Attorney. Make sure they fill this information out. If you look here, it says choose the applicable powers by placing your initials in the preceding space. So make sure they're not putting check marks or X's. Make sure they are putting their initials next to anything that applies. We're going to keep scrolling. This is 7 pages to the power of attorney. So keep on going here. Obviously, if you're in person, you'll just be flipping through the pages, but we're on the computer, so use your imaginations. All right, the principal is going to sign here. The witnesses are going to sign and put their addresses. Here is where we're going to notarize, all right? So when you get ready to notarize this document, it is super important that you make sure that all of the elements required for your state are present here in the certificate. So for Florida, we need to have our venue, we need to have a space for the date, we need to tell how the notarization took place, what is the notarization type, how we identify the signer, the notary's signature, the notary's printed name, the notary's seal, and I think that's it. The signer's name, okay, and that's here. The signer's name, it goes in here. So I'll go ahead and fill this out for the training so you guys can see. Physical presence, this 17th day of February 2024. I'm going to make up a name, John Doe, who is personally known to me or who has produced Florida driver license as identification, right? And then I'm going to sign. And I also have to, let me see if I can open up these tools here. I have to print my name below my signature. It will not allow me to do that. But just know my name needs to be printed right up under my signature here, and then my expiration date for my commission. And then, won't let me put a block here either. All right. Well, then we're going to pretend that my seal will go right here next to my signature, okay? All right, so we have just notarized the power of attorney. Now we're going to move on. We have the specimen signature and acceptance of appointment. This is where the attorney in fact will sign. So whomever they are assigning their attorney in fact to be, this is where they're going to print their name, sign their name, and then we're going to notarize their signature. All right, so I'm going to fill out the certificate again. Because it's not letting me type on here, I'm not able to add things that I need to add, like my printed name and the type of ID that was produced. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's right here. Who has produced ID? So that's already there. I just need to print my name under my signature, and Adobe's not letting me do it. So I'll make sure to just say that so that you guys are not looking like, hey, I thought, yes, we are supposed to have our printed name under our signature. It's just that Adobe is preventing me from doing that. So let's put Jane Smith is going to be the attorney in fact. Oh, there we go. And produced a Florida driver license as well. All right. And then I'm going to place my signature. My printed name should go below here. My expiration for my seal. And then my stamp is going to go right here beside my signature. All right, so let's keep going. Now we have the Florida last will and testament. This is going to be the principal's name that goes here. They're going to fill out the information where necessary. Okay. This is not really a concern to us. We're just making sure that it is what? Filled in. We don't want any blanks. All right. Make sure the testator, which is also the principal, signs and prints. Okay. They're going to fill this information out as well. We have the witnesses, and then we have our certificate. The certificate states here that we are notarizing everybody's signature. So this is why you cannot, as a notary, be a witness to estate planning documents. You just don't want to come into the situation, okay? So I'm notarizing the testator signature, the witness signature, and all of the persons that are listed here, okay? So I'm going to put John Doe, right? Okay, testator, and then the witness, let's just say Bill Nye and Jill Nye were the witnesses. Testator signature goes here, and both witness signatures go here. Okay, and then we have the jurat here at the bottom. How do we know it's a jurat? Subscribed and sworn to are your keywords. And I don't know if no, I didn't mention what the other certificate was. So I'm not going to go back, but this is how you know this is a jurat, guys. Your keywords are there. Okay, and then I will fill this out with the date, sign my name, put my expiration, and I still need to, let me see, does it say how I identify these people? It does not, so I do want to add that. My signature, print my name, put my expiration. Okay. All right, let's keep going. We have the Florida Revocable Living Trust. Principal name is going to go there. Remember, that's the owner. The grantor is the owner, and the trustee is the person they are appointing. It may also be the same person. Sometimes you have a person who is going to be in charge of their own trust. Okay, so their name for grantor and trustee may be the same. Okay, well, let's keep going because, like I said, this is not our concern. Our concern is making sure it's filled in correctly. Okay. It's obvious to know what should go there, not unless it is something that does not pertain to something general. So if it's something that the signer knows specifically, they should be filling it in. All right, so let's keep going. Gonna keep going because we're looking for our part, right? Making sure everything is filled in, no blanks unless necessary. They may not have 4 beneficiaries. They may just have 1 or 2. So of course 3 and 4 will be blank. What I also like to do is wherever there are blanks, I like to have them NA those spaces just so that those spaces will not be filled in after me notarizing the document. All right, so we keep on going, keep on going. Okay, we're looking for our part. I know you're like, wow, it's a lot of pages. Yeah, those estate plans can be lengthy, especially if you have a couple. You would have 1 pack for them for each person. So it will be 2 packs. Okay, let's keep going. Name, signature, signature name again, signature name again. And here is our part. Okay, so we're going to fill out the certificate, fill out our venues, have everybody sign in date, the witnesses sign in date. And then here we have on this date personally appear the above named. Above named can be any of these people, guys. All right, so no, you do not want to be a witness to the document, like I said before. What type of certificate is this? We're not going by the title because many times you will see notary acknowledgement and the certificate wording will be a jurat. So don't pay attention to the title. You want to pay attention to the key word in the certificate, which is acknowledged. Okay, so this is an acknowledgement. I'm going to fill it in, add any elements that are missing, and then we're going to keep on going. And we are now at the end of the estate plan. So I hope that this was helpful to you guys so that you just see what is an estate plan document and what types of documents am I going to see in them. And most importantly, like I said before, you got to make sure that they have completed the form the way they want it to be, because they can't alter these documents or modify them after you signed and notarized them. If there are any blanks because those specific fields or spaces do not apply, have them NA. If there are any choices that need to be selected, I don't like to use X's or check marks, have them initial. Initials are harder to alter than check marks and X's. So I hope that this video was helpful for you. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night. Bye.